This video is sponsored by Squarespace. When Bookends won the Pottalong vote, I was really excited because this gives me an opportunity to redo this project. There are a few things I don't like about this project. The glaze is too thin, the grout only made it worse, and the hinges are non-existent. I messed them up. But I think this project has so much potential, and it's a really special project to me because it's based on the oven in my home. And I'm moving soon. So I thought this would be a really great opportunity to pay homage to this house that I've loved living in the past 4 years. So my thought was, functional bookends with this gorgeous tile all on the outside, and on the back side, a hidden replica of my favorite rooms in this home. Should we try? Anyone want to sponsor me a slab roller? Would be much appreciated. Pug mill would be appreciated too. My dream is to get a pug mill, my goodness. So if you haven't heard about the Pottalong, it's an event that I organized for the last 2 months. We did it for June and July. And basically it's a event where we all get together and do one particular project together. It was the first time that I ever held it, and I was so excited to see how many people participated. That was so cool. Sorry, wedging makes me out of breath. Yeah, it was really cool. It's being hosted over on my Patreon. It's not behind a paywall or anything. It was really cool, and seeing everyone's projects, it's like a kind of like a group chat situation. So we're all sharing our projects, what we're struggling with, failures, and also the finished results. And gosh, it was just so cool to see. And so many people were saying, you know, they've been dying to make this project, but they never gave themselves a good enough reason to do it. So it's been really, really fun. And I've also always wanted to make bookends. I'm definitely going to be hosting another Pottalong for sure, but maybe not for a little bit, just because I'm working on building out my new studio right now, but hopefully before the year is out. So if you want to join the next time, I'll have information about it down below in the video description. You can check it out down there. So I've rolled slabs for the 3 sides. I still have a lot more slabs to roll. I need to roll slabs for the top, the bottom, and then all this extra little bits up here, but I need a break from rolling slabs. So I'm going to start stamping, and I still have my little stamp that I used from last time. I'm hoping it's gonna hold together. Like stamping with HDF, it does start to break down the stamp a little bit, but I feel like it's going to be able to manage. So one thing that I'm going to do this time, which I kind of messed up last time, is I trimmed them before stamping, and I need to stamp first and then trim them because the stamping kind of distorts them so much so that you need to retrim them anyway. And if I do this, I can kind of give myself a little bit more wiggle room. So we're gonna do 3 by 5 for the walls. Let's start with the walls. Pretty cool. I love this stamp. It's so simple and really cool. So for these front panels, I'm gonna do 5 by 4, and then you might be wondering, am I going to add doors? Yes. I had to question, am I adding it to one or both? I'm going to add it to both. So I'm just going to leave this middle part blank because we're gonna cut it out, and you know, maybe I need like a little bit of edge to attach some sort of rim to, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to stamp this without the middle part, and we're gonna get to the doors later. I should do it this way, huh? My goodness gracious. So I believe I rolled out the correct amount of slabs. It was a little tricky for me because it's making 2, right? So I need to double everything and I need to remember to double everything. But I think I have everything. I always underestimate how long it takes me to roll out a ton of slabs. This is a ton of slabs. I'm going to let these firm up overnight. I have them under pressure because with all of that pressure of the stamp, it's gonna wanna curl. So I want them to kind of settle themselves and relax overnight. And then hopefully tomorrow they'll keep their shape. Like this stamp is 9 millimeters thick and these slabs are 10 millimeters thick. So it's very intense on the slab. And the last time I did this, I was really worried about cracking, but it just didn't happen. So I'm gonna repeat everything that I did and hope that it's not going to crack this time. I think it'll be okay. Let's take a little break to talk about today's sponsor, Squarespace. If you've never heard about Squarespace before, they're an all-in-one website platform for artists and entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. I've been using Squarespace pretty much ever since I started my online business because it has incredibly easy to use features, including their drag and drop website builder and integrated SEO tools. Whether you're just starting out or managing a thriving brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website to sell anything from physical products to memberships, digital products, and even services. You can also schedule appointments, create on-brand invoices, and send newsletters. And for the artists watching, I know you will love their cutting-edge design tools, where you can create a bespoke website that perfectly fits your brand or business. So head to squarespace.com right now for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/potterytothepeople for 10% off your very first website or domain. Now let's get back to the video. Good morning. My plan for today is to assemble our bookend. I'm really excited. I hope that my pieces aren't too dried out. That's always a little bit of a risk when you're drying things out overnight, but I wanted them to be quite leather hard, firm enough so that they can hold their straight walls, especially because I've distorted them so much, they need to be strong. So, let's see. Yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, this is the top one, so it's probably the most dry, but you can see it's fairly stiff, but what you can't see is that I can still feel like there's some wetness in here, so it should be good to score and attach things. Oh my God, already overwhelmed. Yeah. We're pretty good. So I was worried a little bit about how this inside would look because of course the inside is going to be the inside of the little house that I'm making, the little doll house, but I think it's okay. Maybe a little bit of texture is not bad. And of course we're gonna be adding lots of like furniture and stuff too, so it probably won't be that noticeable. Okay, I guess I need to cut these out and then we can assemble them. I wanna start assembling this first one just so we can see where we are at proportions wise before I finish cutting everything else out. This clay is so perfectly dry. It's like cutting through butter right now. It's really satisfying. Just got some new scoring tools. I'm pretty excited about it. I bought 5 of them. It's probably overkill, but I always lose them or they start to fall apart. They lose their little guys over time. I don't like these ones as much that are like a brush. I want them to be more like individual pieces, but they'll fall out over time, so it'll be fine. And then I finally rebought my beloved blue Mud Tools rib. I swear to God, I had this rib for years and years. It was my favorite rib. And then I lost it about a year ago. And I didn't want to rebuy it because I thought it would just like turn up. I don't know where it went. Like the studio is not that big. It's like a little messy, but I feel like it's fairly, like I know where things are and I don't know where it went. My guess is that it went into my waste sieving, throw away dirty water system is my only guess because I don't know where else it could possibly have gone. But I finally got my blue Mud Tools rib back. Pretty excited. Oh shoot, okay. See, I was worried about that. I lost a little bit. That's okay, I can patch it. Little things like that. I was kind of anticipating that. I was surprised I didn't cut through any. I can't patch that. See, I don't like these ones that are like brushes because it feels like you don't get as deep. It's fine. It does make a lot more lines at once. I guess I should score both sides, huh? Oh, I should not have cut both sides on these. Because I'm not putting a fourth side. That was dumb. Well, maybe I will. Let's see. Let's see. Don't worry about this little bit. I'm gonna fix it later. I feel like it's looking pretty cool. I mean, obviously this is gonna be cut out and doors added, right? So we can visualize it for now. And then there's also gonna be like another extra badoop on the top. Maybe it's kind of nice that I carved it so it's not like so blunt. It looks maybe like intentional. So it's like opening up. I'm gonna cut out and attach the other pieces. And then we will reassess further. I'm pretty happy with this. This is exactly what I was envisioning. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the little chimney piece and attach it. Actually, I might have to wait to attach it because this is a little bit, I don't know if I can take the extra weight, but I can at least make it and then we can see how it's all looking together. What do we think? I think it looks so cute. He's definitely like more vertical than the oven upstairs, but I wanted it to be a bookend, so we're taking a few artistic liberties. I definitely can't attach it now. It's already starting to sag. I need to be careful with this, but I think it looks really, really good. So I think I'm going to be done with this piece for the day. I want everything to firm up overnight and just kind of homogenize. But in the meantime, I need to assemble the whole second one. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, I have made both of them. I tried my best to make them as similar as possible. Like I kept the measurements consistent. What do we think? Oh, this is upside down. Oh God. This one seems to be a tiny bit taller. It is. It's fine. Once they're on a bookshelf, no one is gonna notice. Okay, I'm going to let them dry out a little bit. I'm gonna wrap them in plastic so that I don't want them to dry out too much, but I do want them to homogenize and get a little bit more firm, because tomorrow I'm going to be applying a decent amount of pressure to them, like attaching all the little bits on the inside. We also need to cut out the doorway. So I need this to like be able to support itself on its own. Yeah, I'm really excited about how these are turning out. I think they're gonna look really good. Good morning. It is actually 2 days later because I was working on the house yesterday. So I threw these towels over everything. I hope that they're not too dried out. We shall see. Okay, I think everything is fine. So today, the plan is to cut out the doors and then add these guys and then fill out all of the interior. It's gonna be a lot, but I think I can manage it all in one day. So let's get started. Okay, I just made, I believe successfully, a hinge for one of the doors. Look at that. So with the last video of my oven, someone or like maybe a couple people commented this type of hinge, because what's great about this type of hinge is I can still glaze and fire it separately so that there's no risk of like it gluing shut or glazing shut. I can glaze it a different color and have that really clean. And also I won't mess up whatever I did last time while the hinges just like weren't working. This is such a beautiful, simple solution. I love it. It's just a loop on the piece and then these little hooky guys. Here. I mean, it doesn't need to be more complicated than that, does it? It's just like, it's a little stressful because I was trying to be really, really precise, but totally, totally doable. Okay, let's make the other one. They're a little too close together, so I just need to trim the doors, I think. That's what I'm gonna do. I like a millimeter. Ta-da! That's so easy. I feel like I should put a little latch on it, but like, am I getting overconfident now? I'm gonna think about it. Okay, here's how it's looking now. I've carved the tile lines down here. I still need to draw them up here and in the chimney, but I think it looks so freaking good. So this is bowing a little bit and these are bowing a little bit in, but like, to be honest, who cares? It's fine. I'm really tickled with my door. I think it's gonna look really freaking good. I guess my window, yeah, I don't know what sort of decoration I'm going to add, but now it's time to move on to the inside. For the insides, as I mentioned, I'm going to choose my most favorite rooms in this house to kind of make in miniature. And one of them is going to be my living room, which is inarguably the most beautiful room in this house. It's a very classic mid-century room with a lot of windows, and it's just gorgeous. There's a fireplace, there's some beautiful beams on the ceiling and everything, like there's wood everywhere. It's just the coziest room in the house and probably the room I'm going to miss the most. So that's gonna go in this one, and then in my other one, I'm going to make my studio. I have to make my studio in miniature before I leave. Like, it's just, I have to. But I'm gonna focus on this one now. I hope we can get to both of them by the end of the day, but this whole process is taking me a lot longer than I expected. So let's get rocking. I'm going to just start sculpting, trying to put in the details as nicely as I can. And yeah, we'll see. Extremely happy with how this is looking. It looks crazy. It looks insane. And it looks a lot like my apartment upstairs right above me. I'm so freaking tickled by this. And I had what I think is a really good idea is I'm not going to attach these. I suppose I could completely leave them out, but I'm thinking I'm just going to fire them. I'm going to bisque them separately and glaze them. And then when they're glazed, I can place them in here. And then I can glaze them really neatly. And when it goes into the fire, then they'll just fuse to the rest of the piece. I feel like that's what I want to do because I don't really want any loose. I'll have to think about if I want some loose parts or not. I'm not entirely sure. But I am so tickled by this. It looks so cute. It's got my sofa, it's got my reading chair, it's got the bookshelf. It's even got like our little picture here. I've got this drawing of like some bluebirds on the wall that I've added. So I'm really, really tickled. I also think the book effect turned out really good. I wasn't sure how I was going to do that. It was tedious for sure, putting all of those shelves up, but I think it was worth it. Okay, I'm going to try and get to the other piece now. We'll see how far I get. Good morning. I spent pretty much the whole day yesterday finishing these up. This is the one that you saw without all the furniture inside of it. And this is the studio. I mean, it's empty right now, but I can show you what goes inside as well. Got all my little bits and bobs. I decided I'm going to just fire everything separately, at least for the bisque. I feel like I do want to let the glazes fuse together and not fire them all separately because, I don't know, they're bookends. I don't want them to be like rattling around, although I kind of like the idea of like a dollhouse with all these moving parts. I also feel like for function, they should be glued in. But for now, I'm going to leave them separate so I can glaze them separately. So you've seen my couch and my chair. And then for the studio, we have a tiny little workbench, a tiny little wheel, and I made a ton of tiny little pots. I even made a little teapot and just a bunch of little random cups. And I thought I could like put one of these pots on the wheel. Some of them can go on the table. I even made some little books. And the rest of them can go on the shelves. And then I wanted to also put like a chair or something in there, but there just wasn't any room. So what I ended up doing is I built all of these shelves. And these are supposed to be like my back cabinets and my window. My little wall quilt thing and a clock, my clock. I think it looks so good. I have my doors made as well. I decided to go with a different pattern for each door, mostly so I can tell the difference between them. I know that these ones belong to this door and these ones belong to this door, so I can get it all matched up. One thing I haven't done is I haven't actually tested this nichrome wire. I don't think I mentioned it, but I got some thinner nichrome wire than the last one. And that was part of my issue with the hinge last time. I think it's like 1 millimeter nichrome wire or 1.2 millimeter. Before it was 1.5, so it was way too thick. So I'm just going to do a very minimal amount of tidying up, and then we're gonna slow dry them. And hopefully everything stays in one piece. Hopefully everything shrinks together, and hopefully after the fire, my doors still fit, crossing my fingers. But all in all, I'm feeling really good about this project. Time to load our book ends into the kiln, but I wanted to show you something that I did. I thought it was very clever. The little pieces that are going to hold together the doors, I went ahead and I fired them already. I was firing another kiln anyway, so I just popped them in the kiln on a cookie. I did that because I bought this nichrome wire on the internet off of eBay, and I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to melt or like do something that I wasn't expecting. So I just fired them as a little sample because I hadn't used this wire before. So now I know we're good, we're in good shape, it's gonna be fine. Another thing that I did, there were a bunch of burrs left over, and I like to wait until my pieces are bone dry before using a little thin tool like this. You can also use like a trimming tool, and I just shaved them off. And that way they don't get smudged at all. Because I find if you're trying to fix your burrs when the piece is still leather hard, they just get smudged and it just like gets all messed up. So when you do it like this, they just kind of fall off and it works really, really well. Okay, well, I really hope these are dry enough. Hopefully we have no explosions. All right, be good. Our bookends have survived the bisque. They look really good. I only found one crack. It's the same crack on both, actually. There's a little bit of a crack here and here, like on the, I'm gonna call it a mantle thing. You can see it's on the other one as well. I'm not really sure what caused it. Maybe I just didn't, I don't know what caused it, to be honest. But regardless, it's possible the glaze will fill it, and anyway, I don't mind. It's gonna be fine. So today I wanna focus on glazing the inside. I want to glaze all the inside and all the little furnitures that's back here. My plan is to underglaze, to add some color, and then put transparent glaze all over it. Like I'm probably gonna pour transparent glaze in here, I'm thinking. I'm not sure. Because I'm worried about painting it on in case it smears the underglaze. I actually don't know. I don't have a very big collection of underglaze. I mean, maybe I do. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of working with underglaze, I have to say, because the colors never turn out how I want them to. But I don't really know how else to do this project, and I feel like it's gonna be fine. I think half of these are like fully dried out, unfortunately. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Yep. Can I do this? I think I did fairly okay with the glazing, the underglazing. I went a little like loosey-goosey style. I hope it looks okay. I just didn't want to be too precise, you know? I think it looks kind of cool. Here's my very abstract bluebirds. Got my blue carpet. And then I didn't put anything on this wall because this wall is actually the terrace doors, so I don't know. I feel like it looks a little odd. They both look like they could use more stuff in them, but of course I'm gonna be putting the stuff in them. I'm gonna be filling it with objects, so I feel like it should look a little bit on the empty side right now. More or less, I'm happy with them. So, I was thinking about how I'm going to do this while I'm glazing, while I was underglazing, and I'm going to pour the transparent glaze just all over in there and hope that it runs out of the window. That is my plan. We might have to change the plan as we're working, depending on how successful it is, but this is my current plan. pretty fine, surprisingly fine. I mean, it's messy. You can see I got glaze all up here. Oopa. And it did get applied quite thickly, but it's kind of what I was hoping would happen. I mean, not the thickness part, but it kind of all happened exactly like I expected it to. So that is cool. And I just have a bit of tidying up. Definitely a good idea to wait till tomorrow to finish glazing, because yeah, I'm gonna have to wipe the heck out of this and it's gonna get saturated. Good morning. Today I would like to finish these and put them in the kiln. So what we need to do is we need to glaze the outside with our beautiful green glaze. I still need to glaze these guys. Oopa. So I need to glaze my doors, and then I need to put transparent glaze on all my little fixins. And then I've decided I'm going to place them and let them melt together. So we're gonna place them in the bookends and let them kind of fuse in the kiln. I decided to do that because I want these to be functional bookends. As cute as it is, the idea to like have these pieces be able to move around, I want them to be stable for my bookshelf. We're gonna start with glazing our bookends. I'm using the same glaze that I used for the oven. If you remember, this is Primavera by BSZ. And then I've added some Glazurkleber is what it's called in German. I think it's similar to CMC gum. Basically like the stuff that you can buy from a pottery store to make your glaze stickier. I went through my whole studio and I organized everything. Now I don't know where anything is. Like I thought I was gonna make my life easier, but like I knew where everything was in my chaos system. And now that everything makes sense, I don't know where stuff is. My stuff in the bookends now. I'm not worried about them having any glaze on the bottom because of course I want them to stick. But I think the tricky thing is going to be like with all these little guys, moving it from the table into the kiln without them falling over. Maybe I'll make them a little bit wet. That should help them stick. I think if I wet the glaze again, I can kind of like glue them with the glaze on for transportation purposes. It's definitely a tight studio. There's not a lot of space to move around, but I wanted to have both my workbench and my wheel. I maybe should have made my wheel a little smaller. It's a little disproportionate, let's say. Water definitely helps. I don't know if it helps a lot, but it definitely helps a little. And we're gonna go with that. I definitely had an idea when I made them of where they all should go, but I don't remember that idea anymore. Actually, I think wetting them is helping a lot. The thing is, I don't know what color these pots are anymore, so hopefully I don't do anything dumb. I'm happy with that. It's a little cramped in here as well. All right, I am pretty excited and anxious about the results of these. This was a very long process, this one. Well, it's up to the kiln gods now. I'm feeling hopeful, but it could be an absolute disaster. We'll see. Wish me luck. The kiln is now cool, and I have to say I'm a little bit more nervous than I thought I would be. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, first impressions. I love my little studio. It's so cute. This is what my dream studio would look like. Look how tidy and minimalistic it is. What a dream. I love it. I'm so lucky with the balance of all of the random pots on shelves because I just kind of placed them randomly and I didn't remember what color I'd painted everything. So I was a little worried there would be like clusters of colors, but it looks so good. And then my living room is also so cute. I love my little painting. And then the ceiling, these colors are pretty close. I mean, it's a little like muted, but the colors are pretty close to how it looks in real life. And the carpet is like spot on. My sofa is definitely a more like yellow green, but it doesn't matter. Okay, let's see. We do have the same cracks that I was talking about before. It is what it is. It's funny because it's literally in the same spot on both pieces. I'm not sure what happened there. And then another bummer is the glaze. I don't know, did I mention this while I was glazing? My glaze, something was weird about that glaze. I probably didn't add enough of the sticky glue stuff because it was like, I only did 2 layers first of all, and I planned on doing 3 because I felt like each time I was adding more layers, it was kind of picking up the glaze underneath. So I was just trying to be really delicate with it. I think the truth is I did not add enough of the sticky stuff to make it glue, which is a bummer because I was hoping for a more flat color. I know probably some of you guys like the more dimensional color. I was hoping for a more flat color just on this piece. You can see it's a little washy here. That's a bummer to me. But let us test these doors. Door number 1. Door number 2. Okay, this one, well, hello, first of all. Not perfectly, but hello? I'm gonna go ahead and call that a success. Where are my little, I hope that they fit. I made little like staple shapes. Ta-da! I mean, it sort of keeps them closed. If you just like leave it if you touch it just right, it stays. Oh, you know what? I'm a little bummed about the inside though, because I should have put some underglaze on this or something. Or you know what I should have really done? In real life, this view is out over the fields and there's this one tree that's like spot on. I wish I had painted that. Like I could have painted that in underglaze and still fired it flat, and underglaze doesn't fuse to the kiln shelf, so I could have done that. I just did not think of that. We live and we learn. Second one. Pretty good. This one is like a little bit more warped than that one, but pretty freaking good. Huh, that fits. By the way, this type of hinge was suggested by 2 or 3 people in the comments. Thank you so much, because I would never have thought of that. It's such a simple, genius solution, and I might do this with hinges going forward if it works for that piece, because there's so much more wiggle room, and this is kind of what we need with ceramics, right? A little bit of wiggle room than the solution that I had before, which didn't work, by the way. So I do have a little surprise. I do have one extra little bit. So originally I had planned to cut a hole here so you could get some light coming down, but then I had what I thought was a very fun idea, and I got these little dollhouse lights. I thought this was perfect. They're a little dimmer than I had hoped. I don't know if you can see. They attach with little Velcro. Where do we want to put this? I mean, in the dark, they'll light up. They're pretty dim. Somehow I feel like this one is a little bit lighter. But doesn't it just add an extra little something? I feel like, you know, when designing a room, you always need something coming from the ceiling. am so happy with these pieces. I think they are so cute. I'm gonna say this was a success. Like, there's a few things that I would have changed about them in the perfect world, but like genuinely, I'm so in love with these, and this is something I'm definitely gonna keep and display on my shelves. The only question is, which side do I display? The inside or the outside? I kind of like the idea of like having the outside displayed and then just having this little secret behind it that I could show off to, you know, whoever I want to. In case you didn't know, this was for the June-July Pot Along. This is an event where we potters come together online and we all make a project together. The project these last 2 months was bookends. We're going to have another Pot Along soon, probably in a month or two, simply because I'm moving soon and it's just gonna be chaos for a while. I'm not gonna have a studio for a little while. But if you want to get informed about the next Pot Along, it's really, really fun. We are all connecting together on Patreon. This is totally free, but Patreon's like a really great place to host this event because there's a chat group. We can do like video roundups and just like share drawings, share our ideas, etc. It's a really wonderful, supportive place. I've been having a blast. So I will leave information down below in the video description about the next event. Click on it and there will be more information about how to get involved in the next Pot Along. And thank you to everyone who participated. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.